All praises to the Most High. This is Elliot, and I'm live from the Matrix. Don't usually go live from the Matrix too much because it's hard to control your environment. And when truth goes forth, usually there's many manifestations. But I felt like it was important for me today to go ahead and reach out from where I am. Because I'm in the midst. I'm basically in a sea. If I could show you quickly, I'm not gonna dwell on it. I'm in a sea of a lot of people that are probably more than likely not like us. And the reason why this relates to my message today is because as peculiar people, as those who are called, chosen, and set apart, who live different from this world, now is our time to shine. Now, shining doesn't necessarily mean that we need to go polish ourselves up, because if we've been living for the Most High, what you'll see is a natural progression of things that happen, and you're just going to shine anyway. You're going to stand apart amongst the crowd. You're not going to fit in amongst the masses. And because of that, we're probably going to stick out like a sore thumb. But one of the things that's really important at this very moment is that we take our shine, that we take our glow, and we really use it for the Most High's glory and benefit. I found it necessary to share this with you because I've felt like that over so many years of being disciplined, doing everything that we need to do for the Most High, a lot of times we may have taken it for granted or just wondered why we've had to isolate ourselves, if that be the case, why we had to not partake in so many things that the world was doing. And this has just been something that's been on my heart, because now I'm starting to see at this moment that all the things that we've done have not been for naught. As a matter of fact, now is the time where I think that the culture has changed so much in the recent past and today's times that we're gonna have no choice but to stick out. And do we cower with that? No. Do we walk around with pride? No. But what we do is allow ourselves to be a light set upon a hill, like to shine amongst all the other people, because the Most High is working through us. And yes, the dark world needs light, and that's why He set us apart. But we'll see for how long and what He has planned for us. I don't know exactly how it's going to go. I've heard many theories, and I'm still waiting to see what the Most High may or may not do. But I do know that in this moment, that it just feels so, I feel so much relief and peace and confirmation knowing that everything that I've done for the Most High, all the times I served Him, all the times I restrained my flesh and my worldly desires, all the times I continue just to go forward for Him by faith and not by sight, is really starting to pay off and show. So in order for us to shine, I really believe that we have to continue to do everything we've done before. But now you can look around and you can see that in public, in crowds, that you're gonna see so many things. You're gonna see women that look like men that look like women, people that look like monsters, real monsters. Do you know that everybody that you see in this world are even really people? Now that's a deep concept I'm gonna drop on you. Maybe some of you guys know that. But I do want to let you know that everybody amongst us is not like us. And it seems as if today that it's easy to see that almost everywhere you go, you're going to see some NPC monsters. NPC meaning non-playable characters, those little people in the video games that just kind of just float around and just do what they do because they're programmed just to do that, just to occupy space and make this world look real when it's really not as real as you think. So in order for us to do what we need to do for the Most High, we have to continue to, keep His word close to us, do everything that He's called us to do in terms of following Him, and making sure that we do not allow ourselves to be pulled into this world. There's so many decisions that have to be made as we grow. You know, how much do we want to connect ourselves to this world? If we find friends or family pulls us into the world and the things of this world, how much do we want to yield in order just to be around people, in order to have company, in order to feel, or just to ease the loneliness and the pain of being lonely and isolated? Well, that's going to be a case by case and an individual basis. There's a lot of people who have different callings to do different things in their lives. But I'll tell you, to be on the safe side is to make sure that you take everything that comes across your desk into significant prayer. And to make sure that you're not led by your flesh and your own desires. Because, like I said, in order for us to have gotten to this point right now as a peculiar people, as a people who are standing out, it had to take a lot of discipline just to this point. And just because we've gotten this far, now we're starting to see how dark the world has become around us, doesn't mean that it's time to let go. No, we have to continue forward. We have to keep going by faith and not by sight. Because what I'm telling you, what I've seen and what I'm starting to see is rapid developments of this world decaying. And yes, I always talk about how it seems as if the world is coming to an end. As a matter of fact, in my opinion, it's over. Yes, the old world is over. A new world is starting to be developed right before our very eyes. And that new world is a very, very wicked one. It's a very controlled world. It's a world where we don't have as many choices as we had before. It's where we have to dodge and literally dodge bullets because there's so much coming against us that's trying to interfere with our spirit and our physical bodies, literally trying to destroy us and unalive us. So all that to say is, I think that when we come to this point, we have to really know that navigating in these end days and these last times is something that cannot be done lackadaisically. It has to be done with full focus, constant and consistent, deep prayer, and knowing that the Most High will lead us and guide us and protect us. He's done it this far, and he hasn't changed, and he'll continue to do it. You know, that's the awesome part. I think about, there's many times when I think about my life and all the friends that I had once. You know, growing up, through school, college, all the different places I was where I just had a crew. I had peeps. I had people that had my back and I believe had theirs. And significantly, one by one, the Most High snipped each and every one of them, to the point where I knew when it was coming. And I couldn't figure it out. Sometimes in the very, very beginning, I thought there was something wrong with me. But the thing was that the Most High really confirmed with me was that it wasn't. He would give me quick confirmation of why he took someone out of my life. And usually that had to do with me looking at something that they had done or that they were involved in that I had no desire to be a part of, soon after he severed our relationship. And maybe that's something that you're dealing with as well. Maybe you're feeling like, you know, there's people in my life, there's family that I just can't connect to in the same way that I used to. And it seems like they're going a direction that, yes, I would appreciate their company. Yes, I'd appreciate being able to talk to them, console in them, confide in them, console with them and confide in them, and share my deepest thoughts, the things that I'm going through. But when you step back and look at the situation, you'll realize that the new levels that you're going to, these people can't follow you. And I'm telling you this because I'm speaking to a particular person. And I know that there's times where the person that may be hearing this message may be hearing something because they're the one that needed to be separated from other people. And if that be the case, and you've made it this far in this message, I pray that you seek deeply in the Spirit, that you pray to the Most High God and ask Him to reveal in you what character changes and flaws that need to be dealt with now, because the times are changing so rapidly and we need to be on point. We need to get ourselves in situations together for the Most High. Yes, we do. This is what it's all about. Because now, you know, it's hard for me to not emphasize this so much, that with the world changing so rapidly, and literally there has been a time set, 2030 has been set for a major, major shift in this world. They've said it out loud, just like they said it about 2020, and we saw what happened then. And with the time ticking to that particular point, we're going to have to know and believe that, at least pretend like it's going to be true. And if you look at all the signs around us and you cut out the noise and the distractions, you'll probably notice that things are moving rapidly towards change. But yet, there are little bitty things in peace and little bitty elements of peace, fake peace, that you may find that kind of numb you and get you into the next day. You know, I was thinking not too long ago about how they start having a national whatever day, National Pancake Day, National Big Toe Day, National Thumb Day, National Drive Down the Street Day, all these national days, National Burger Day. Like, when did they start that? What a distraction. Not only do they have you scrolling through social media and, aimlessly, just numbing your mind every day, watching shorts, watching videos, scrolling through Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever, all these little social media sites, numbing your mind. Every day they give you something to look forward to that means absolutely nothing. And with the programming being so strong for our minds to control us and to numb us while the world is changing around us, while Satan and his minions are doing their thing, we have to know that we need to pull away from this matrix. And that's why I'm live from the matrix today. Because I can sit and I can look around this matrix and I could tell that there's so many things that are out here that just really mean nothing. I could look at all the stores, I could look at the bags that people are holding, I could look at all the things that let's see what we have. I could look at all the things that may seem like it's something that you would want to be a part of, but at the end of the day, do you really? Do you really want to be a part of this all the time, all day? Do you want to have the latest fashion trends in your closet? Speaking of which, just because something's in the store doesn't mean you need to buy it. I've been noticing these shorts that people are wearing that basically are panties. So, but you know what? I will say, for the most part, I have not seen the children of Israel rocking them too tough. But I've seen us wear some inappropriate things as well. But I will say that just because it's in the store doesn't mean you need to buy it. Make sure that you are very mindful of your dress, because just like all the days, the holidays and stuff that I was talking about, they put before you the things that you need to buy. They're dressing you. They're telling you what to listen to. They're showing you what to watch. They're telling you how to behave. All the fashion trends, everything that this matrix does is constant programming. And to be set apart, a peculiar people, that's what we do. We come out from the world and we just look different because we're not following the trends. We're not following the styles. We're not following the movements, the actions that people have. It's a real important thing to do and understand. I'm very, very excited to be here today and just be able to talk and share with my people. I pray that you are touched and blessed where you are, that you know that at this moment, it is your time to shine if you chose to follow the Most High with everything in you, to truly be set apart, to walk as if the Most High chose you for a time such as this, not to be in fear. Like I said, as all the things are rapidly changing around us, it doesn't mean that we should fear. Have our eyes open, but know that He's imparting into us major abilities. I've seen things happening with my spiritual gifts that I had no idea that I was capable of. And I pray that you all tune in to the Most High and allow Him to pour into you and even awaken you to what you've been holding inside for so long. Because now is the time to use these things. Now is the time to shine and be the light of the world. I'm not saying that it wasn't necessary before, but I'm seeing now that with all the things that are happening, that we have no choice but to really walk in a major blessing and to be part of what the Most High is doing in these last days. That's why we're here. If He didn't create us and develop us to be here at this very moment, then, well, let me reword that. The reason why He created us to be here at this very moment is because He wants to utilize us. He wants to utilize everything that He put in us, our gifts, our talents, and our abilities, utilize our faith, and just know that just because the things are changing and we may or may not have an impact that we may feel from this world, that Satan and his minions are extremely, extremely upset. Let me tell you. And warfare will increase. So that's why we have to make sure that we're bold and strong, that we proclaim and profess our faith and our and everything the Most High has for us in order to do what we need to do in these last days. And be bold, strong, and courageous as the word tells us to be, and not be in fear. There's been many times where I've had to pull out tools out of my toolbox of faith, of warfare, in order just to get through the next day, in order to get to the next situation, in order to break through the hindrances that the Most High has allowed. That's the crazy thing. The Most High allows Satan to attack us, right? We've seen this in Job, that the Most High allowed to happen. Only for me and the people around me to be built up stronger in faith in order for us to continue to do what needs to be done without fainting. We have to not faint. We have to go strong. And we know that what's in us right now is an immaculate shine, a resistance and a resilience. The things that we need in order to do what the Most High has called us to do at this very point in time. So I come against anything that is oppressing you, anything that is keeping you held back or down, anything that's keeping you depressed, stressed, and outside of His will, by agreement in prayer. And I pray that you will move boldly and mightily in the Most High and His Holy Spirit in these last days and do what He's called you to do. Because I'm going to do that. And I pray that the people who follow me, the people who I'm called to pray for, will assume the same position. Because again, now is our time to shine. All praises to the Most High. This is Elliot, live from the Matrix. Until the next time we speak, shalom.